All over the world, numerous amounts of crimes happen in seconds. Some willingly partaking and some unknowingly. But we will never stop spreading the word until the criminals are captured.
According to police, they tell us 2 male suspects are now in police custody at the 101st Precinct here in Queens with charges pending for this man's murder. They're accused of beating the fare and then beating a yellow cab driver to death. New video shows the altercation that killed Kutin Gima, the 52-year-old cabbie confronting 5 young people who allegedly robbed him Saturday evening in Queens. After he's punched and kicked on the ground, Gima gets up and then suffers a final fatal blow to the head before hitting the sidewalk.
My husband was killed. He was murdered. He didn't have to die this way.
His wife, Abby Barwa, spoke exclusively with Pix 11 earlier this week from her home in the Bronx. She says their 4 young children are devastated without their dad, who tirelessly worked around the clock for his family.
Nothing is easy in America. Nothing is free. When you work, you have to get paid. He offered service to these people. They had to give him what he deserved. But they chose not to give it to him, take his life.
But detectives got a break in the case overnight. Multiple sources say some of the 5 suspects are now in police custody. The movements of 3 girls and 5 guys were tracked from the street to an apartment building near the scene on Beach 54th Street and Avern Boulevard. The victim's wife thankful for the outpouring of support from the community, but heartbroken without her husband.
We've lost a treasure. I have lost my hero, my backbone.
As the family prepares to say a final goodbye to their loved one, the community has helped them in a tremendous way, raising over $100,000 for costs for this family. In the meantime, the latest on this investigation reveals, again, 2 men in custody, according to police, with charges imminent at this point. Police had already asked for the public's help in getting the other 3 behind bars as well. Some of them could be as young as 13 years old.
I want to say, first off, condolences to his family. This is a very sad and unfortunate situation. This is crazy, but it's stuff that happens every day. And the thing is, you don't want to pay for your service. This is a group of kids, so they do kid stuff, but it doesn't matter if they're kids or not, because at the end of the day, it could have been a group of adults. That's just how life goes now. So you don't want to pay for your services, and when getting confronted about it, you want to attack. Okay, let me just say, we have to be woke. Some people are not. Some people think stuff is a lot of, like, they don't like getting like spiritual, but everything in this world is spiritual, and I hate to keep saying it. We cannot let certain situations lead us to where it should have not led us. Now, in this man's defense, he was probably pissed. They got kids, 3, 4 kids. You don't know what kind of trials and tribulations they were going through, especially living in New York, high ass place, just like California, just like everywhere else is going up. So it could have been a bad day for him. So rightfully, he probably was pissed off. Like, nah, y'all gonna pay me my money. Y'all not gonna play me like that. And we have the right to express ourselves in any way that we want to express ourselves. Okay? Sometimes we express ourselves not knowing the outcome of that. When it's like, you did me wrong, so let me express myself. You shouldn't feel no type of way about it. But in this day and time, you have real ignorant and crazy people that will hurt you for expressing yourself, okay? Now, with that being said, I do want to say that we have to be alert Spiritual warfare is at an all-time high, okay? The enemy is running rapid out here. I am no spiritual advisor. I am none of that. But at the end of the day, I know what type of world that we live in, and I know that everything is spiritual. So we just have to be alert and we have to be aware. At the end of the day, he would still be living if he had to just not went that far with it. And the enemy comes, which is called the trick of the enemy. When he comes to steal, kill, and destroy, okay? And in this situation, what did he do? He stole and he killed and he destroyed that lady's family. So you have to be alert when situations like this take place. Instead of getting out the car, what we can do is chuck it up as a loss. It's not easy, but what we can do is chuck it up as a loss. Like, damn, I just got gypped. Lord, you know this not right. I have a good heart and people keep doing me wrong. But at the end of the day, at least he would still be living. You pull off and you go find another rider, okay? And I understand how hard it is for cab drivers because they're in competition with Uber and Lyft now. Like, you never know someone's situation. We are all human beings. Our emotions run high. We go through things. But we have to know. And sometimes we just flip out without even knowing it. Sometimes so much stuff happened to us, we just flip out because we're at our wits' end. But at the end of the day, we have to breathe in and out. If we can allow that in situations, a lot of people would still be living. And the world would be a much better place. As far for those kids, like, this is definitely a different day and time. I remember the day and time that when kids would steal or do something, they would have shame. Okay, what happened to, all right, we ain't gonna pay for the cab, everybody jump out and run. What happened to those days? Now they just as bold as adults doing stuff, and that's exactly why they're getting tried as adults. 15, they said one was 17, one was 15, one was 14, and one was 13. Y'all done. That's it. That's all. Y'all done. I will leave the link for the GoFundMe below. Please, at least $1, $2, anything will help. They have reached their asking limit, but you're still able to donate. This was a mother who was a stay-at-home mom, I believe, and her husband did everything for her. Now she's left with 3 kids. Let's at least give 50 cents, $1, or anything. I don't know the least limit with GoFundMe. It may be $5. I'm not sure, but the link will be below. And let's give cheerfully, and just continue to pray for this family. Until next time on Crime Stories with Nina, #CSWN. Let's get the comment section cracking. As we continue to pray for the healing of this nation and let God rule and reign, we won't stop fighting. Because most of all, we want justice.